One second.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing Series. This is Bristol Motor Speedway here tonight for the last great Coliseum 175. If you're hearing unfamiliar voices, maybe some of you in the stream here tonight might remember some of those voices you're hearing right now. It is Josh Kiwis, myself. I got my brother as my co-commentator, and dang, the host of this whole thing right here. He's got the stream over there going, the controls. He's the one putting the cameras down, so putting in all the hard work, but also my man, my side man, I should say, and my sidekick. Sorry, been a little bit, having a little bit of rush right here. I got to kick off, but my sidekick, Chris Kiwis. Chris, introduce yourself and say what's up to the Full Throttle crowd here.
Hello, everyone. As you know, I am Chris, as you heard it said. But I'm glad to be back with all the old guys in the Full Throttle series. You know, we haven't done this in a while, so this is going to be a little weird for all of us, as it looks like the grid's getting ready to go now. Josh, we'll go ahead and cut this loose since we were a little late getting in here. We'll go ahead and get the grid going, but let me get the buttons going here. Get it pulled up.
As our grid here tonight for Bristol Motor Speedway, will be on pole position. That number 88 Toyota Nick Cannon, he's going to sit on pole here tonight at Bristol. That number 11 Jacob Kaplan, he's going to be setting that outside pole P2. Kevin Baum Jr. going to be sitting P3. All Toyotas right there in that front row. Besides that Ford of Matthew Fitz, Chris, that number 69, sitting outside of there in that number 4 position. Going back to 5th, we're going to have Kip Easley driving that number 8 Chevy. Kyler McCarthy, in that number 24 Chevy, going to be sitting in that 6th place position. Lucas Niles going to be sitting there in 7th position, with Jaden Bingaman sitting in 8th. You got Charles Gearick sitting in 9th position, with Kevin Click sitting outside of him in that 25, number Ford in that 10th position. Carson Pittman going to be starting 11th here, with Jimmy Barr going 12th. Chris Lynn going to roll 13 here in that number 32 Ford Mustang, rolling off 13, with David Smill Jr. to his outside in that 27 Chevy, rolling off 14. Dylan Hastings going to be rolling off 15th position. Oh goodness, I haven't seen this grid bounce around like that in a while, Chris. It's going to be hard for me. Dylan Hastings starting 15th, with 16th going to Daniel Menzies, or Menez? Okay, Menez. Excuse me on that. Robbie Bice going to be starting in that 17th position, with Joshua Sushi starting in 19th. Then we're going to have Brian Pressler starting in 18th, 18th and 19th. If Chris, you want to take it from there, you're so much better at reading the grid.
Yeah, we got it. So we've got Brian Pressler in 19th position, Dan DeCrute in 20th, Michael Zuver in 21st. Ooh, good to see Zuver. Briggs Swope in 22nd, Tyler Isley 23rd, Michael Self 24th, Andrew May 25th, Brett Strickler, 26th, George Wood 27th, Bill Hales in 28th. We got Adam Taylor in 29th, Ryan Broderick 30th, William Hobart 31st, Jason Hand 32nd, Stan Mayberry, a good name, and Shane Weldon Sr. also, Josh, some names that we remember back then. That's going to round out your field in 34th.
A couple of drivers there, Chris, that we remember, but I'm excited to see these drivers get off here at Bristol. If you remember the real-life race here this past weekend.
Green.
Insane tires. As we're going to go green here, Chris, that's why I was telling you to go up there to the front. Nick Cannon is going to get off to a great start, as we're going to see Jacob Kaplan on the inside lane now, as Ken Baum Jr., he's going to be to the inside, and he got that 69 of Matthew Fitz to the outside. It's rolling here to the bottom, and they're already too wide back there. As you know, this track is very low lane dependent, Chris, at first, but as this run's going to come in, you know you're going to see that outside lane coming. But here early, it's all about bumping. As the 26th talking about bumping, he's going to get up into the wall there early.
Yeah, Jaden Bigman looking like getting up into that wall. We were talking to him earlier, trying to situate that name, but now I see him getting up into that wall just a little bit, but he's going to get it settled out there, get back into that middle lane, just kind of dig around here. We're going to go back up here to the front, see Nick Cannon moving away from everyone like he normally did back in the day whenever we would watch him, Josh. You just would watch Nick Cannon just kind of drive off and leave everybody, but behind him, fighting for that second place, is going to be Jacob Kaplan. You see Matthew Fitz, what you were talking about, Josh. Let's see if he can make it a couple laps before he gets wrecked out.
Hey, you know you got to back it up to that number 8 right quick. That 3Chi, number 8, beautiful car right there of Kip Easley. If you're a Kyle Busch fan, you love that car. Kip, you've already gained a fan of me. As we're going to come back, Chris, let's go to the back of the field, pick up Christopher Lynn, and see where these guys are doing back here in those lower positions here in about 15th, 16th, middle pack. You know, this is where the action is the hardest. You know, up there in the lead, it gets tough racing for the lead, racing for that second, third position. But back here in the back, man, where you've got all those cars in front of you, you're really willing that race car. Your tires are starting to get a little, you know, a little hot. They're starting to get warmed up finally. You're going to start getting in that groove. And the next thing you know, like you said, you got that Robbie Bice machine right.
The yellow flag is out.
128. Oh, it looks like caution's out. I see Michael Self saying my bad in the chat, as we're going to have an accident here, Chris. It looks like we're in scenic cam for that caution. We'll get this caution here fixed up.
Now we're riding along with the 15. Oh, you see there, a big bump into the wall. He's going to send the 5 down. Ooh, not a big shot, not a good shot there from that 15 car.
Now it works for me. Okay, there we go. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up for me.
Yeah, we'll go back. We'll go back to it.
I guess SDK was messing up. That's why I was saying, what's going on? Yeah, it's still messing up for me, but it's fine. As long as
rolling the corner, and then it looks like the 15 got into the wall. The 5 also tagged up the 15. That's gonna send looks like Jason Hand around as well. So Jason Hand looks like maybe he stopped on the track. Oh, and my phone's going off. It's got a lot of stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's what it was. The 48 right there into all of that mix. That's what happened. All right. So we do know what happened. Oh, I don't know what that swishing noise is going on.
As we're under caution here for the first time tonight, as it's lap number 9. We're riding on board with Christopher Lynn here. As you saw that accident there just a moment ago, it seems like we've already got a little bit of that, just that unweariness in the car. I mean, you really do start to get out there in Bristol, and in the first stage of that run, it's really awkward when you're driving because you're trying to get settled into the track. You're trying to get settled into the car, really. The car is wanting to get loose. It's wanting to get tight. It's wanting to do everything that you don't want it to do. But then once you finally feel like you're getting into that rhythm, then all of a sudden, next thing you know, heck, the car's getting tight, or you got a car right on your back bumper, and then it gets to one of those things where it's just, Bristol can be difficult, and it can be one of those mental tracks. So we'll see these drivers get settled in here, though. We know here early you get those woes, you get that, just those early race jitters, and I'm sure it'll be a good race from here on out. It'll definitely get these guys in that focus zone here under caution to think, okay, what can I do here differently than I did 9 laps ago, 6 laps ago, 3 laps ago before this caution, and it'll get them a good mental reset right here, and I think we'll see a really good run, Chris.
Looks like a misclick there going back to the replay. You see him up against the wall. Yeah, I hit the button by mistake. We're gonna watch this replay one more time. You see them all unfolding up in front of you. Whew, a lot of names. Don't know the cars yet. Do apologize about that. We're gonna go back live here with the action.
As we saw Rylan in the chat. Rylan, what's up, man? Good to have you here. All right, it looks like the pace lights are off, correct?
Yes, pace lights are off.
As it looks like the Bass Pro Shop 88 is going to take the inside lane here to get this restart. As you see the iRacing pace car coming down that back straightaway, getting ready to pull off here on a pit road. That FedEx 11 still on the outside of Jacob Kaplan. We'll see a restart here, and hopefully we'll get a good run, man. I'm wanting to see Nick Cannon get a little bit of adversity here from this 11. I think this 11 gets a good restart. It could give him a run for his money.
Green flag, green flag.
Restart zone. Green, green, green. Get on it, drivers. You see a little bit of a slow start there from the 8 car, as that's a big drive-in from that Pennzoil Ford. He's going to get a big run of Matthew Fitz as he's going to go up in that outside lane. Him and Kaplan got a little close. You see 24 back there getting a little loose. That's Kyler McCarthy, excuse me. As the 11 going to roll that outside. Chris, he tags the wall a little bit, but if Bristol, you're not getting your stripes, you're probably not racing here. So as you see him, he's rolling that outside lane. What did I say? You get that outside lane here in these early runs. I mean, it can work in these cars. And, you know, Bristol used to be a low
the yellow flag is out.
Track in the Gen 4s, and looks like, is the caution already back out? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It looks like back in the pack. I just noticed the sound is the green flag is playing in the background whenever we have yellows and cautions. So I do apologize about that. Going to try to get that taken care of here in a second. But we see the 5 car turned around right there. Let's go back and see what happened with.
Oh yes, my caution's finally working. Looks like he got a little bit of contact from the inside.
Oh,
Robbie Bice might have got caught up in that.
I'm in the wrong camera there. We're going to back it up here. See if we can find
Again,
out what happened.
Again, do apologize for the little bit of hiccups here. Me and Chris are getting a little overexcited or anything. It's our first time calling in close to 2 years, so actually 2 years actually. So we're trying to shake off that rust, getting the adrenaline, the excitement out. As you see, they're getting a little bit of excitement out there. That might have been a little bit of net code. I don't think they fully touched.
Ooh.
They could have still wrecked, but I think that might have been a little bit of net code. But that was honestly still a really tough wreck, and I saw a lot of smoke there. It looked like some big damage to the 28 of Robbie Bice too.
Yeah, we see the 96 here diving it on the inside. Yeah, it looks like just a little
net
net code.
code.
Oh, Robbie Bice getting a big hit there to the front. See the 81.
And then it looked like he hit the outside wall, and it took another shot. That's really going to kill Robbie Bice's front end. But Bristol is a short track, and everybody knows you can dang drive a modified around here pretty much with a stock car. Hood off, front bumper off, rear bumper off. As long as you got grip, you can make a run at it. But, I mean, I know the aerodynamics are going to kill the car, but it is still a short track. He still can hang on. I'm sure he's going to come down pit road here and get as much damage as he can repaired. And it's just going to be one of those things. Robbie Bice is going to now have to work himself back up to be able to get back into the race that he wants to be in. But unfortunately, that's just things that happen here, Chris, or, you know, that happen here at Bristol, Chris. I mean, we've raced here plenty of times. I mean, I think I dodged every race here this last official week just because I did not want to race here in Cup cars. But, excuse me, I didn't know Chris was doing something right quick, so we'll keep going here as the 11 car. Looks like he has retaken that lead, or excuse me, taken that lead for the first time tonight as we saw him use that outside lean there before the caution. But I'm really excited to see how Matthew Fitz is going to do here. He's running really well tonight in that 69 Ford Mustang as he looks very good. You see the number 8 there as we're rolling through the field here. Kip Easley, he's down 2 positions from where he started. As it looks like our biggest mover right now might be Brett Strickler, excuse me. He's up 8 positions.
See, William Hobart moved up.
Oh yeah, there we go.
12 positions.
Moved, yeah, I didn't see that. It was on the bottom of my timing, so I didn't see it all the way. But yeah, that is our biggest mover so far. 12 positions, man. That's pretty good for only 18 laps here, Chris. And 2 cautions. You got to watch that that 13 car there.
Yeah, but like you were saying, Josh, you could pretty much drive a modified around here. You don't have to have that front aerodynamics on the car to be able to keep up. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I was driving a truck race here, about a week? Well, last week whenever it was in the officials, and I didn't have any front end on my truck whenever I was racing. I had a 10X. I was busted up by the time I got done, but I was still keeping up with the guys in front. So it's just one of those things. As long as you can, keep the truck planted or keep the car planted, excuse me, then you have a good chance of getting around here.
As it looks like we are stacked back up 2 wide here, Chris. Looks like we're going to go back racing here in just a moment. Pace lights off on that Racing Ford Mustang is going to come down pit road in here in just a second. There he goes. As they're going to hit the restart zone here. Green driver. As you're going to see Jacob Kaplan off to a really good start.
Yeah.
Excuse me. As he'll dive it to that outside lane. Oh, it looks like we got a car on the apron there in the blend lane. Not sure who that was. As you'll see Matthew Fitz, that number 2 machine of Kevin Baum Jr. Looks like somebody might have just worked out. There we go, the 38. That's who was down there on the apron. Ooh, big race here between the 24 of Kyler McCarthy and Ken Baum Jr.'s. McCarthy going to be to the inside. I was about to say that too, but like he was getting tight off the corner. That's why I got quiet, man. I saw him getting tight off that corner.
Yeah, you see
him come to the outside of Matthew Fitz. Looks like the outside lane's really starting to roll here, Chris.
Yeah, Matthew Fitz looks like he's starting to lose a little bit of track position now. He's falling back to his 4th position. It's where he started. Whoa, big pump there! Oh my goodness! It took him 23 laps. He's gonna save it. Oh, he's gonna
hit the 8.
He's gonna door jam. Oh, he's gonna keep dragging it.
We're gonna have a big pile up here. We're gonna have a big pile up here.
Well, Robbie, it took 23 laps. 24 if you count the thing. 24 laps for Fitz to get wrecked.
Man. Why do every time I go for Matthew Fitz, he gets wrecked? I think I'm his bad omen. If you guys don't know, I used to pull for Fitz all the time back in the day. This is how it usually goes. I'm just going to say he's not my favorite driver anymore, and we'll see what happens next week. Yeah, it just looks like, I mean, he was shutting the door. The 24 was there. I'm not going to take sides on that at all. I'm just going to say that was a racing incident, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit of net code. We're gonna back it up.
A little bit, maybe. I possibly think both of them could have gave a little bit more room, but honestly, That's racing here at Bristol, man. You want to shut that door really quick. The 24 did have his nose picked in there, so we'll see how it looks here. No, you're good. You're good. We get to see the race off the corner here. As you see McCarthy really starting to get that run. Yeah, he really rolled center. Fitz got a little loose off corner. He did a wheel bobble, and he's there. I mean, it's just one of those things. That's racing at Bristol, man. It happens. And Fitz, it's really hard to recontrol that car. The 22 going to slam into him. You see the 27, the 67 all piled up in there, and it's just a big amount of chaos in the backstretch.
Yeah, that's basically how Bristol rolls.
We got a couple cars down pit road. Josh Susi, Andrew May, Bill Hayes, Ryan Broderick, Brian Pressler, and Michael Self all down pit road currently. As you're seeing all those cars. Looks like that was all the cars. I think that 5 car wasn't one of the cars collecting the wreck. I think I saw him stop right before all of it ended. Man, that beautiful 67 car unfortunately took some good damage. Look at that 81, man, that Hello Kitty car. That's a livery right there, Chris.
Yeah, that is a livery. I do like that
one. Of course, it's the guy with the same name, Josh. I mean, all Joshes have great, taste in liveries. So, beautiful livery there from the 81 as Hello Kitty, man. You hate to see a car with Hello Kitty tore up like that. Is that 27 car, man? That's a slick-looking race car.
It is.
Man, I gotta say, these guys really stepped up their liveries. When we first started calling, Chris, a lot of guys had the generic liveries. A lot of people would run just, like the liveries I used to make for us. They're just really, I'm not gonna say bad liveries. They're fun liveries. But all these guys have really nice race cars. I really like that race car. The 68 right there has absolutely no sponsors. It's beautiful. I mean, these cars look really good, man. A lot of good liveries out here in the field tonight. And I just got to say, ever since we started compared to how the field is tonight, a lot of hot rods out on the field that I just want to wheel myself. Let me get y'all's liveries. I'll take it out for a race. Ooh, go to that 57 right quick. As he blinks out, I think, or you blinked out. I think SDK, when you switch cameras now, blinks out. It used to not do that. That's weird. I wonder if I need to change the setting. We'll work on that for me, because I keep over-talking thinking we're blinking out. Like again, we said, we do apologize if me and Chris seem like we got a little bit of stuff going rusty here or anything. Rusty, no Wallace, which the man is here. I mean, the man is great here, so we love Rusty at Bristol. So, but either way, if we're a little bit rusty here tonight, we do apologize about that. Me and Chris are usually on our P's and Q's, but this is our first race calling in 2 years, so we're very excited. We got a short call notice here from Robbie. We couldn't turn down the offer. We love all the drivers, all the people over here at Full Throttle, and it's it's almost like, oh, dude, I just noticed what that car said.
I didn't see it. Whoa!
I just
a little bit of a bobble there.
Said. We're back green racing. Yeah, we had a big bobble on that outside lane. As the 11 of
Whoa!
Kaplan, that's Cannon, excuse me. That's not Cannon, that's Kaplan. He's gonna take the big run.
See Dylan Hastings getting a little loose going into turn 1 there. He's gonna gather it back up, get it wheeled back underneath him. You see Kyler McCarthy and that 24 going to be wheeling it on the inside. We're not seeing that inside lane work too well. Normally, a lot of people like to run that inside lane. Whoa! Looks like a little bit of a bump there from the Keurig man.
Yeah, ooh, that DayZ car looks pretty good. One thing I hope for McCarthy is he doesn't get a little bit mental. He did have that accident with Fitz there, but I don't think it was either of them's fault. I think it was just hard racing. So hopefully he doesn't get too mental about it and think, oh man, I don't want to call something, but he seems like he's still under control, and he's got a fast race car. So hopefully he just doesn't keep it in the mental bank too long, and he gets out there and race. He looks like he's got a fast car as he almost got on the apron there and got up into that one car. Woo! Talking about that mental, Chris. You see, it might be coming to bite him, but I think after that little bit of a jump scare right there, he's going to wheel it back in, and he's going to realize, all right, it's time to settle in and go.
Yes, we're just going to kind of cycle through the field here. See, everything's kind of gotten single filed out. Everybody trying to pick that third lane. As I say that, we're going too wide back here with Michael Zuber. Oh, up into the wall. Michael Zuber going to get into the wall just a little bit, but he's going to keep it underneath him, get around that 8 machine to Kip easily, and just keep kind of singling back here through the field, see what kind of races we got going on. Everybody's kind of singled out, like I said. I see Kevin Click. Looks like he's
wreck on the front stretch.
Whoa, big wreck. Looks like Jimmy Barr involved in it. Whoa, see it? Oh, that was the pace car. Whoa, that pace car scared me. I thought he was getting into it too. Yeah, they're still piling in. All right, we'll see.
That's what you need to do there. If you wreck a race car, do what the 12 did. Hold your brakes and stay there.
Yeah, just hope everybody else can do the same.
Jimmy Barr, although you're in an unfortunate position right now, you just showed a lot of potential iRacers how to just hold your brakes. Learn how to lock your brakes down, guys. As you'll see him coming through the corner here, we'll see what happened. I want to say he got turned from the outside lane, yeah. Not sure, maybe he went up. I can't really tell from that hood view. We'll have to go from an outside view here and see. But it does look like it was that 61 car, Chris, that he got into contact with.
Yeah, just rolling it up in there. Ooh, just nowhere
Was that
for...
a 67?
That is the 61. So we'll ride on board with the 67 is that one. We'll ride on board here with that 61. Just watch it from his point of view.
Oh, I did not see his number in my timing. That is why I thought he was the 67. Okay. Ooh, it looks like he got actually into the wall. We'll see what happened here. He comes rolling through the corner really hard. You see him rolling that middle lane. I think when he hit the wall, it shot him down because he hit that saber barrier extension. And like it shot him to the left, and I think he collected the 12.
Yeah, it just looks like maybe got tightened up there.
Because if you notice right there on exit, he's got a good little bit of room
just
there.
into the wall.
But right there, the wall shoved him into him. That's unfortunate for both of them. The 12, just being collected, and that's one of those things you can't really do anything about. And DeGroot there, I know that wasn't anything malicious from him. It was just one of those deals where he was hard on the corner. He was really rolling the corner hard. He was getting through exit very fast, and a very good exit through the middle lane there. And it just looked like once he got up into that wall, he just run the corner a little bit too hard. Because once you run that middle lane sometimes here at Bristol, it can do that. It will pitch you out at the wall. You know that, Chris, very hard sometimes. Running it from the low lane, it pitches you out to the wall. So just running it from that middle, though, it can be very hard to get it off corner exit, in a good manner without just sliding up and smacking something or having to just lift out of the throttle. And he just thought he had the run, maybe thought that he had just enough room. He almost did clear the wall, but you just see how it is. You get just a little bit too far to the outside, you can hit the wall, and it can spell disaster for your night. And unfortunately, it did cause an accident, but I don't think it was too bad of an accident where both of those drivers can't still compete here tonight. As it looks like the 2 car is starting to get ready to file up. We might be going back here to one to go here in just 1 second. As you see through the field right now, we'll go through your standings. It looks like Cannon has taken the lead again with Ken Baum Jr. out on that outside lane. I think Kaplan came down pit road. Yeah, we did have a couple drivers come down pit road there, Chris, that I didn't notice under that caution period. And it does look like, let's see, where do I see Kaplan at in the standings? This SDK thing is all new to me. Oh, he did get collected. I did not notice that. Was he a part of that accident, or did he get involved in something that we just didn't see? We'll go back here in just a moment. We are about to go back green. We do apologize about that. Did not see that the 11. Did you see the accident? The incident report? Yeah, I'll look with you as well. Let's see. Yeah, we are 1 to green, so we'll watch it here in just a moment if we do have a caution period or something. Actually, let's see. Oh, it looks like him and maybe Cannon. Ooh, Cannon hit him on the back bumper. I didn't even notice that. We never saw that. That might have been when we were going through the field, and you see how fast he not DC'd, but went back to pits. So didn't even notice that. Man, that's unfortunate. Well, it did look like him and Cannon made contact. Do apologize about missing that. That's something which we are in a virtual booth. If we were in a real booth, we see that. But with scenic cameras, all these camera setups, you miss some things like that sometimes, and we do apologize about that. But we got to see it, and man, that's unfortunate for Kaplan.
That 11 was really fast, and that's unfortunate to see. But the green's back out. You got Nick Cannon moving back out to the front. Ken Baum Jr. going to fall on to the inside. Let's see if he takes that inside lane. He's not. He's going to keep to the outside. Well, let's see if Dylan Hastings, going to keep that inside lane as well. He's going to wash up Kyler McCarthy. Hey, he had that accident with Fitz earlier, but he seems to be rolling fine right now.
As you see the number 24 here of Kyler McCarthy, he's going to be rolling 4th position as the number 76 machine. That's Lucas Niles. He's going to be, that's number 3 machine, of Lucas Niles. The 76 is Gurrick. As he was saying to Chris earlier, watch out for my internet. It might be pinging, but hey, it looks good now. Don't want to jinx him, though. Hopefully I didn't just jinx him.
Yeah.
Commentator curse is a big thing.
Commentator is a big. Oh, as you said, he hits the wall.
He's good. Just
He's
go
good.
to somebody else.
We're just gonna go to somebody else. We're gonna go back to the field. Daniel Menez. It looks like he's kind of settled himself out here in that 15th position. He's up one position from that 16th. So just kind of settling in, figuring it out. We're gonna just keep cycling back here, see if we can see any action going on in the back. Doesn't look like we have too many battles going on right now in the field. Looks like everybody's just kind of
something just happened to Nick Cannon. Something just happened to Nick Cannon. He's dropping through the field. No, he's not. I guess my bad.
You might have had a blink.
Might have had a blink.
Might have had a blink. Yeah, Nick Cannon's still
his name drop all the way to 16th, and I was like,
If
But
anybody,
like Hastings is giving, Ken Baum Jr. is giving him a run for his money here, Chris. As Junior's going to come to the outside here in that number 2 machine.
yes, anybody in the chat, let me know if the video's running choppy, if everything's looking good. Just let me know how it's looking in the stream, so that way I can play with the settings here and try to see. But as I'm talking, Josh, look at that, Nick Cannon getting overtaken.
Yeah, Nick Cannon going to get taken over by that number 2, Ken Baum Jr., new leader here.
Ooh.
Oh, the number 1 going to get into the wall a little bit. Dylan Hastings had a moment. But at lap 50, your new leader, Ken Baum, they're already starting to hit lap traffic here. That looks like...
That's the 15?
15 machine? No. That would be Michael Self, if that's the 15.
Yeah,
no, that is not
Michael Self.
Yeah, that was Michael Self. Okay. Oh, the 4 almost... Oh, we got a wreck in the back, I think. I think the 4 car and somebody just... Might have wrecked, or they just hit the wall.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, as I say, I heard him hit the wall, though, as they were coming up past that lapper.
As right now, Shane Weldon Sr., Brett Strickler, oh my goodness, Jimmy Barr, Brian Preslar, Michael Self, Stan Mayberry, Adam Taylor, and Jacob Kaplan are your lap down traffic. As right now, we're already 53 laps through this 175 race. Whenever I heard that it got changed to 175, I was like, ooh. Oh my goodness, that's going to be fun because like I told him talking in the Discord chat earlier, talking about how tires last here. Oh, we do have a caution here. It looks like Jaden Bigeman.
Ooh, we do have a caution.
Ooh. Is everybody going to get around? Whoa. Oh, the 48 gets into the back of him.
Obviously, that guy has a snap-on bill he hasn't paid yet, and he was mad. I'm just kidding.
As we're gonna go back here now that I got the cameras figured out. We're gonna go back here and watch this 26. It looks like going into the corner, the 61 just gonna get into that door. Ooh, unfortunate for him. But you see that looks like everybody tried to get past him there, but the 48 just
the 48 was right behind traffic, though. It's really hard to see past those cars in front of you, So they probably thought, hey, they're making it past. I should be good. And then last second, you see you're a foot and a half over compared to everybody else. And next thing you know, you're in the rear of a snap-on 26 machine, and it's not a good night for you anymore. It looks like Dylan Hastings is going to come down pit road. We also got Carson Pittman, Kip Easley, Don DeGroot, Robbie Bice, David Schmill Jr., Daniel Menzies. As you said, it was Menez or Menzies?
Not sure.
Okay, so we're not sure on Daniel's name. So we do apologize if we are mispronouncing it, as he'll come down pit road as well. Josh Susi and Bill Hayes all going to be down pit road. It looks like Bill Hayes might have just came out. But out of that pit road battle, it should be Dylan Hastings that comes out of those cars in front. As I say that, it looks like Pittman's going to pass him. Man, SDK, they've done something. It's all different. Instead of it just saying out completely when they're out, it said they were in, then it said they were pitting, and then it said out, and then it said they were pitting again. So it's confusing me. So if I do say things weirdly, it's because our SDK, or my SDK, is definitely running a little bit differently than what I remember. I think it used to be a lot simpler. Something just seems weird about the way my SDK is running. So my live timing is a little bit out of whack every now and then. So if I do get some drivers out of position, I do apologize about that.
All right, as you're going to see Nick Cannon lose the lead there in that little bit. I'm trying to also figure out some settings here, so just give me a few minutes with it. Like I said, this is, last second kind of, we said it was going to be about 3 weeks before we did it, but everything kind of got last second, so I had to set everything up really quickly. So there might be some settings that I've overlooked or something like that. So if anything, I promise next week it won't be it'll be a lot better.
It looks like the pace lights are off here. We're going to be going back to green flag racing here in just a moment, as that number 2 of Ken Bond Jr. is going to take that out, or that inside lane here. He was the lead at the caution, so we'll see him hopefully get off to a good start. That outside lane's been having some good starts, so we've been seeing that inside lane getting choked up from that second position on back. That inside lane there for Junior, he's going to get a great start. As McCarthy, he's going to get a really good start as that 3 car as well. McCarthy's going to get to the inside of Cannon there. This might be a battle for second place, and it might not be much of a battle if McCarthy gets a good run off the corner here, but I was going to say Nick Cannon should be able to drive it in the corner, and they're going to battle here hard for this second position.
Yes, but right now we're watching the 2 try to get it figured out, though. It looks like the 24 going to be on that inside lane. Oh, the 25 on the outside lane too. It looks like they're going to be battling it out for that 4th and 5th position.
Maybe adjust the bit rate, Chris. That's the only thing I can think of. Because we're not dropping frames or anything. I don't understand why it would be getting choppy like that.
Yeah, like I said, just trying to still figure it out. But as we're just gonna fall in line here. Sorry, like I said, we're talking in the background, trying to talk stuff. As I see a battle going on here. Oh, it looks like for that 8th place, excuse me, Andrew May and Ryan Broderick going to be fighting for that position. You know, that 5 car, he's been turned a couple of times, but getting a little loose there, but he's starting to figure it out now. He's got to go. Oh, the 5 getting loose, though. As I say that, commentator Kurz, I'm going to go ahead and click off of you, Ryan, so that way I don't mess you up. We see Ryan Fitz here moving his way up through the field after he's already fallen back a little bit, but getting it figured out nonetheless.
At lap 70 of 175 here, you see Ken Baum Jr. still out in that lead position. So it looks like he's starting to catch the lapper here. Going to go to the inside lane of that Moza number. Is that the number 98? Those chrome numbers right there were really throwing me off. I'm not sure what exactly number that was. You see the 88 of Nick Cannon. They're all starting to race here. Ooh, the lapper into the wall. As the 25 to the inside lane. Here comes McCarthy as well to the inside. As you see, the 25 of Kevin Click going to take that second position. He's going to click his way up into second place. I just had to do it. As you see, the 24 of Kyle McCarthy also as well, jumping around that number 88 of Nick Cannon. So either Nick is starting to have some tire fall off, or he's really just starting to try to save. So we'll see how he manages that race car. As Girick, he's going to make his way on the outside there behind them, and he's going to possibly take that 5th position. I think he's racing Hobart, yeah. So he's racing William Hobart there, as they're both going for that 5th position, as they're getting to that lapper there as well.
Yeah, it looks like I'm kind of starting to get a couple of things figured out here, so we'll see how it starts going. I see the yellow flag out. It looks like Tyler Isley around. We'll go back and see what happened with that machine. See the 17 there running down that inside lane. Looks like he got a little loose. Oh, I tried to get away from it, 5. I tried, man. I tried, Ryan. I tried to not broadcast curse. Oh, and then you see a big hit there from the 17. Who was that just hit him? Oh, my goodness. We'll have to go back and...
They hit the 17?
Looks like the 26 there. Oh, getting a big shot on the back of the 17 there. We'll go back.
Yeah, unfortunate for Tyler Isley.
Yes, we're just gonna back it up here and just see it from like I said, you see that little bit of a bobble. We're gonna go.
Did he get net code contact from the 4?
It looks
No,
like
he bobbled.
he
bobbled yeah.
right there, went up, and then you see him collect the 5 of Broderick. You see him get into the wall. Oh, that is unfortunate.
It looks like we do have drivers down pit road, Chris. Our leaders are going to come down pit road this time. As Kittenbaum Jr. was the leader coming down pit road, we'll see where he exits. If he's going to beat, he should easily beat out the 88 out of pit road. Here comes that 25. Yeah, he's going to get him. He won't come out in the lead, but he will come out in front of that lead pack that just came down pit road. Your new leader right now is Don DeGroot. Robbie Bison P2 was they might change. They might come down pit road this lap. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like they are. He did pit at lap 37 last. Him and Jason Hand, Andrew May. Andrew May actually pitted at lap 25. So the 2 cars there in that first and second position both pitted at lap 37. Andrew May pitted at lap 25, and it looks like everybody else besides... Heck, I don't even think Robbie Bice is pitted, actually. It says Robbie has no pit time. So yeah, if Robbie hasn't even pitted. I thought he might have pitted earlier to get damage fixed, but I was mistaken, he didn't. But other than that, Tyler Isley, he hasn't pitted, and Chris Lynn pitted at lap 16. But other than that, it's all lap 56 and 75 and 76 is the last lap, or last pit lap for everyone else in the field, so... It's still a mixture of tires up here in the front. This could get dicey, very dicey, for William Aubert and Jason Hand. But what they're probably trying to do here is they know they got tires to at least get 2 or 3 laps down to maybe hold the lead out here for a couple seconds to possibly get another caution. And then they come down pit road and think, hey, maybe those guys in the back will get collected and we'll go home free here, you know? It's one of those strategies. It works. And especially when you've got a night where cautions are kind of just coming in like a small rainstorm. Just getting bigger and bigger. I mean, yeah, so just like Chris is wanted me to let you guys know, he is adjusting settings right now in OBS. We completely forgot all of our OBS settings, like we said. It's been 2 years, so we completely do apologize. This is not the standard we have ever had for our streams. So if this is what's the word I'm saying? If it's obviously it's not enjoyable. So, but we are going to get it fixed here soon, hopefully. And Chris is thinking he's getting the settings going. As we're going to go rolling back green here, as we're going to hit that restart zone. 13 going to get a good start, but Jason Hand on the outside did not get the best start. But luckily for him, a lot of the guys behind him are on somewhat older tires too. So,
yeah, like you said, Josh, a lot of cars. Whoa, I saw somebody go down there. It looks like the 4 there, jump down to that bottom
look at
lane.
Jason Hand. He's going to get a good second restart as he's going to come around on the outside. New leader, Jason Hand here at lap number 80.
Yeah, let's see if he can hold that lead.
Caution's back out. Caution's
back out. It looks like Adam Taylor crashed. We'll see if we can go back and see what happened with Adam. Looks like he is one of the lapped cars.
Does look like he has some damage on that front end.
Yeah, we see him going into the corner here. Let's see how he rolls it out. Oh, just there was something going on in front of him. He just got on the brakes. We'll go back and see what was in front of him. Oh, as you see, it actually looks like somebody got loose. That is the 26 of Jaden Bingerman. Looks like he gets loose. And then you see, oh, and actually somebody gets loose up there as well. Who is that? Looks like that's the number 3. The number 3 of Lucas Niles. So you see a lot of drivers getting just, unfortunate train of events going on there.
as we're just kind of scrolling through the field here, looking at all the race cars here. As you might see the screen black out here for a second, Chris is changing settings, but it will come back here in just a moment. We are under caution. If you're hearing my voice and the screen's already black and you're wondering what's going on, it's because we got some settings fixed. We see some of the Full Throttle fans out there telling us in chat that the stream is running a little choppy when I say a little choppy. It's getting big choppy there some moments. Some moments it's fine. But yeah, we do apologize. Once again, I know you're probably tired of hearing my broken record voice saying that, but once again, it's a standard that we've always set ourselves a really high standard, and when something like this happens, it almost leaves that, that bad taste in your mouth or that lump in your throat kind of feeling. You just don't want that to be what your first impression on a lot of new fans are. So we do apologize again. Chris is trying his hardest over there. I know he's got the wrenches out, just trying to tune on that thing to get the machine worked up so we can get it going here. He's got a good computer. It's not computer problems. It's just I think we got OBS settings that are out of wax.
It's just figuring out the settings that need to go, because I'm not gonna lie to you. iRacing. If you have followed iRacing a lot, they've been doing a lot of graphical updates and stuff. A lot of these front bumpers falling off now. A lot of stuff like that. It really starts hurting the processor. And like I said, I haven't really messed with the settings too much. So hopefully we can get it figured out here. I did change just a couple of things just to see if maybe that would iron it out and have like a little bit of a streamer or smoother stream, if you will.
Are you you're adjusting settings in OBS, correct?
No, in game settings.
Okay.
I think that might have been part of the problem. I think the settings were turned way too up.
As you're going to see the caution lights off here, it's going to be the one to go. We should be... Excuse me there for a moment. I had to mute my mic there for just a second. As you're going to see them hitting the restart zone. And Jason Hand, this time, he's going to get a big stack up there on the outside lane. Looks like the 53 there. Who was that out in front? The 20... That wasn't Robbie Bice, was it, that got stacked up there? Oh, that was Robbie Bice. Yeah, that's exactly who it was. Looks like he might have missed a shift there.
Yeah, as it looks
Caution
like
might be back out.
Is back out. Jimmy Barr. We'll go back and check. Man,
these guys are having an unfortunate night here.
Yeah, we knew
but that's Bristol on a sim race, man. It's a tough track. No, I still can't. For some reason, I don't know why when you're doing cautions, I can't. When you do, like, back it up and replay it and then switch the camera, like, to, like, a hood view or something, I can see it. I don't know why. When you're doing it, like, now, SDK isn't, like, registering my cameras for me.
All right, as you see, looks like maybe the 15 just nowhere to really go there on that outside lane. You see the 12 just work his way up. Right there, across the nose of the 15. 15 has nowhere to go, so just going to send him around. Robbie Bice just pulls up into the wall.
Does he have a end of the line or something?
Just going to sit here and watch Robbie make sure everything's okay in that car. He just inched forward a little bit. Oh,
no.
He teleported. Well, that is unfortunate. Oh, no, there he is. He's back on the track. He just might be having internet issues.
For me, it made the engine blow up sound. I thought he blew up.
Yeah, it looks like he blinked out there for a second, and then he just came back. I just noticed it in the stream. So yeah, he just came back.
Yeah, he did.
All right, stream. There. Now let me know how it's going. Is it working better now? I do see a lot betters in the chat. So I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. I've got it pulled up here now. I'm worried about it. I've got it up here in the top right looking at it. I got screen and screen. I got the stream of the race in my iRacing right now. So it's like race inception. Now I'll be able to see the cautions. They're just going to be delayed, but I'll be able to see them eventually. As we're just scrolling through the field here, we'll go through here as you see Dylan Hastings. He was a car that was racing for the lead earlier. Had a little A little bit of a misfortune in a moment back there earlier, but he's working his way back to the field. No, I still don't see it. As you'll see it, the Groot 61 D-Walk machine there in front of him. Behind him, though, is Robbie Bice, who's come back from blinking. Good thing he's back. You got Briggs Swope right behind him. I like that name. That's a cool name. Briggs Swope. That's just why cool iRacing. iRacing and like racing in general always has like the coolest names ever. And he's driving that 57 Lone Star machine, Briggs Swope. That's just a cool name. It's like a cowboy name.
Yes,
I
was just gonna say, as we're still trying to figure out all the cars. I tried to peek some some shots at cars last week, but I just couldn't. I couldn't really see any of them, and
Oh yeah, I know it's hard to make out liveries on stream.
It's hard to make out liveries on stream. So I was just like, well, I guess I'll just try to wing it. As you see, a good start there from that 00. Jason Hand, William Hobart going to be behind him.
That's the 13 and the 27. They're making contact. A little bit of back bumper touch there. As you're going to see that 8. He's got a little bit of that damage fixed up as his earlier contact. I think he was a part of the first caution of the race. As it's good to see that number 8 of Kip easily make his way back up to the front of his original starting position of 5th. As Chris talking about big movers, I just noticed Jason Hand in that first position, 31 positions.
31 positions.
And
31 positions.
29 for William Hobart. So that just shows you keep a clean nose on your car, some consistency, you can get to the lead here at Bristol. And they did do that bold strategy. And yes, Cotton, it did pay off.
I'm confused at what strategy you're talking about, Josh.
The one where they stayed out. Remember, everybody came down pit road.
Oh, yeah.
On old tires.
Yeah, you
they
are
stayed
correct.
Down lap 37 tires. They're still on lap 37 tires. So.
Yeah, they said. I was actually talking, reading in chat, earlier in Discord. They were talking about a lot of, the tire wear was what they were worried about. But I mean, look, Jason Hand, he's pretty much came down. You said lap 39. Yeah, so he's on
37.
He's on some pretty old tires. So. That just goes to show if you can will it, you can will it.
Thought you were about to do it, Darrell Waltrip tires.
I tried not to.
I was going to say, it's about to come out. That Woodstock was about to come out in you. As you'll see, the number 76 of Charles Garrett to the inside. There is Briggs Swope and Andrew May racing, or excuse me, Ken Baum Jr. Is right on board here with Ryan Broderick on that outside camera That's not a camera that we attach to the car. That is actually our friend Rylan. He holds on to one car a race, and this is the car we picked for him. He's holding on to Ryan Broderick's quarter panel with his hand through the back window, and this is the shot he's giving you. Steady hands there from Rylan. It looks like somebody got in the wall up there in front of Broderick. Might have been Ken Baum Jr. He's on that outside lane, I think. Yeah, that's exactly who it was, I think. Maybe not. Yeah. Unless it was him. He didn't take any outside damage. He might have got lucky.
Just realized I've been talking to myself. I was just saying Charles Garrett was getting a little loose there sliding up, and then I said, look at that, the number 5 of Ryan Broderick. He is just moving his way back up through the field. He's been in how many wrecks tonight? 4, 5? And look at him, still out there trucking it.
Dude, if you're driving a Kyle Larson car, you just got to be an alien. So,
whoa, Robbie Bice getting a little loose.
Yeah, Robbie Bice, he's having a tough night with internet, getting caught up in stuff that really wasn't really his doing. I mean, yeah, it happens, so... As he'll just keep digging here. Still in a good position, though. 11th place. I mean, up 6 positions from where he started in 17th. You can't really be mad if you're in that 28 machine. As you see, Nick Cannon, he's a driver that had some adversity. He's rolling back to the field, back up into 12th. Gurrick is starting to fall back, though, Chris. I think he might be having tire issues. McCarthy, he's back in 25th, but that's because he did pit during that pit cycle. Everybody came down from that lead pack.
I was going to say...
He should be working his way back through, but it looks like he might have fallen to the back of the lead lappers.
See that Sparkle Unicorn car taking that inside lane on that full throttle. Robbie Bice. See if he can make it stick. Robbie Bice making that outside lane work right now. Nick Cannon's going to have to work for that inside lane if he's going to want this position.
And it looks like Hubbard's starting to catch Jason Hand up there in the lead, Chris. He's only a 10th off of him.
Yeah, we'll go back up here, up to the front.
Oh, no, they've got a battle going on there for second place, actually. It's the 27. I was looking at his gap interval to David Schmill. Excuse me. That was the battle that was going on. As you see Schmill Jr. there to the inside.
Getting a little loose. Yeah, that 27 taking that inside lane, not liking the lane that he's being put in. I can contest to that. I know, racing in these cars, you get, on these tracks, you get into a lane you don't want to be in. You start loosening it up, and then you have to just kind of do that whole step back and go, okay,
Bobble. You have
yeah.
that bobble step back, and you got to let everybody pass you and think, okay, now it's time
Whoa,
to
the
get back in.
15 around.
Nah, that's Michael Self. He's
Michael
going
Self,
to the
he's letting
bottom
everybody.
line,
Okay, letting everybody by. Okay, I just noticed that. Whoa, getting a little
we got a
loose
big
there.
race here for third place.
I was about to say it's about to be 3 wide there for a second. Whoa, the
Whoa,
27
man,
going
that 27
outside.
is getting big runs. He is really having to back the corner off. He is saying, "Get out of my way, son."
He's
about to press that.
the 4 is getting loose.
I was about to say somebody's about to press the B button to intimidate, or I think it was square, whatever it was on those old NASCAR games. It was starting to intimidate, man.
To the inside, he's going to have that run. Let's see if he can
good
take
race
it.
here. Good race here.
Whoa, the 4 getting a little loose back there.
Good save from the 4 car there, bud. Carson Pittman.
Whoa, we're getting a big stack up here, Greg, going around.
Oh, 27-13, and the 22 going to be collected on the back straightaway here. Caution is out, as it looks like everybody else should get around cleanly. They might stack up again right here on the bottom. Other than that, unfortunate right there for the 22 of Andrew May, David Schmill Jr., and man, you just hate to see it, especially with how hard they were racing for third place there, man. That was an awesome race there.
Yeah, that was an awesome race there for third place. We're going to go back there and watch it, see if we can see it from that.
It's working. Let's go.
The 13 looks like, so what it looks like happened is that he got stacked up there in that top lane. If you notice,
that's what happens when you go 3 wide at Bristol. That's all I'm saying.
Right about there, that's where, the 27, he's stuck in that middle lane. It looks like maybe the 27, yeah, the 27 did come up into him. I will say.
I don't think it was either of them's fault. It was
no,
the 22, the 27, and the 13 collectively racing 3 wide, man, at Bristol. That's what happens. You can't help it. I mean, the 13 got a massive run off the outside. He thinks he's shooting the gap. Oh, I'm clearing the 27. That's what you're thinking in your head as a driver. That's what you think.
You're right.
You know it, Chris. You've done the same thing. Everybody does it. And when he came off the corner, the 22 or the 27, excuse me, still there. And to him, like you said, he's kind of stuck in a pickle. He's gotten himself into a position where it's like, well, dang, I can't go low and I can't go high. What is he supposed to do? What are they all supposed to do? I mean, the 22, I wouldn't even really put the blame on any of them. I just feel like the 22 was just kind of hanging out down there and got collected. So, but other than that, it was just, like I said, racing ordeal. And one thing you'll notice, me and Chris take no bias. We don't like to sit here and say, oh, well, this guy did this or this guy did that. If it's completely intentional and he wiped the guy out, we might notice it. But me and Chris like to keep it where we like to see the wrecks as racers, understand them as a racer, and a lot of people can look at it and be like, oh, well, he just flat out wrecked him. But as a racer, you might be able to look at it and go, oh, I can understand it from this perspective, or. So it is nil G's, Chris?
Yes, I am seeing Nil G's from Scott Nil G's. So if I'm saying it right now, please.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, please, Scott. If I said it right, then please, you can give me a thumbs up in chat. I would greatly appreciate that. We were trying to pull everybody up that we could right before the race, but we couldn't get everybody up. So hopefully it's Nil G's. Is that because I see Niljeez? So that's how I'm going to expect it pronounced.
That's not how I would expect it pronounced, man. I was about to say, all these drivers, especially us, Chris, having crazy last name that doesn't look like or sound like it looks. I mean, it's just one of those things that I can understand the mispronunciations. I've dealt with it my whole life. I know a lot of these drivers on here hearing another commentator say their name wrong probably want to smack their head into the wall one time. It's just like, man, you always knew you had a bad last name when the doctor comes out in the doctor's office and then they just look at the clipboard. They don't say your name for like 10 seconds and then they just go, Josh? They don't even try to attempt your last name. So it's like, yeah, that's me. That's me. So,
yep. So we
definitely
understand
been there,
it.
done that.
So we understand it.
But again, chat, thank you, our Full Throttle fans. Again, if you are new here with me and Chris, we are so excited to have you on board with us. Again, I just saw the stream chop up there for a second. It started, but it's going back to smooth again. So we are having a little bit of issues. We just got like the last second emergency call. We flew down here to Bristol, hopped in the boots, got our equipment set up, but didn't realize that we left half of our cords and stuff back home. So we're having to jimmy rig everything together. But, we're just really trying to get everything patched back up, get all of our OBS settings as we go back green flag racing we're going to have a good start there from the 25.
Yeah, and it looks like, ooh, a big stack up here going on in that second, third, fourth place. You see that number 2 of Ken Baum Jr., he's making his way back up to the front now that everybody's come down taking those tires. Whoa, big stack up there in the middle. Looks like the 5 might have got a little loose on that inside lane. He's stacking that inside up, but looks like the 24 trying to get around, and whoa, getting a little loose coming out of the corner. As you see, Josh, look who's coming back up through the field.
I'm not even going to say his name.
Not even going to say his name?
Just, you know what happens if I talk about him.
You got it. And then, hey, look at that, Josh. The number 81 car back out on the track. Doesn't look like he's got that much damage on that car now.
Yeah, and he's sitting in 6th position, Chris, back in the lead lap. Doing a dang good job. That's what happens when you get in those early cautions. As these cautions build and build and build, it allows you to make your laps back up pretty much for free, especially if you're in the lucky dog position. So for Joshua Susi, it looks like he's got a fast race car still, and he's right back in this thing. What we like to see. I like that number 17, that loudmouth. That car describes me.
Yeah, Tyler Isley. I want to say he was
involved in an accident earlier. That's why that car is beat up.
Yeah, but like we were saying, you could pretty much drive the cars without a front bumper, hood, fenders, everything. You could drive the car here and keep up with everybody in the front.
As you're seeing that number 2 at Ken Baum Jr., he has led tonight. That car is a fast race car. Not only a fast race car, Chris, a slick race car. Really love the chrome like numbers and the liveries that everybody do now. It's a very, very good look on those race cars. As you see Nick Cannon and then Kyler McCarthy there, he's racing his way back up to the front. He had earlier contact. It was with Robbie Bice, correct? Or no, not Robbie Bice. It was Matthew Fitz, wasn't it? Yes, it was him and Matthew Fitz.
It was him and Matthew Fitz.
It was him and Matthew Fitz, but he has gotten his way back up to the front. Nick Cannon also had contact with Jacob Kaplan, who was really fast race car out here tonight, but unfortunately, I don't think he is even in the race anymore. I think he had to park the car after that incident earlier. But these guys have been in some some adversity tonight. Like we were saying earlier with McCarthy when he got into to Matthew Fitz in that one race incident. It's just one of those things you don't want these drivers to get into their mental. Like, yeah, racing happens, these things happen, but at the same time, you also want to see these drivers perform at their best and drive at their best. You can't have a driver beating himself up because then the whole race can get spoiled by everybody starting to wreck each other with their mentals. So it's one of those things you gotta just hope they keep a good mental and not let it beat them up, because then it can be the downfall of their race kind of thing. Yeah, we got a good race here between Jason Hand.
Yeah, I see a lot of battles going on back here in the back. Whoa, look at that. The 4, Carson Pittman. Whoa, excuse me. He's making his way up to that 81. As I see Ryland saying that 88 looks sharp. You're only saying that because you're a Truex fan. Whoa, is that big bump there from the 4 to the 38. You saw him move his way up the track. Whoa, big check up there. Looks like that 00. Jason Hand had to get into the brakes there, but you see a lot of battling going on. That's the great thing about Bristol is you can see a lot of battles go on. Whoa, looks like Nick Cannon going around.
Cannon to the 4.
Oh, is he saving it? No.
Contact. Matthew Fitz is going to get by, though. Oh, wait, Garrett got his bumper back. What just happened? Did Garrett just netcode through that or something?
I don't know, but as soon as I saw Nick Cannon getting loose, I knew it wasn't going to be safe coming out of that corner because, it goes from a big bank to a very straight bank, and it's not fun trying to get that thing wrangled up. But we'll go back here and look at Nick Cannon and see if he had help going around or. Yeah, it looks like the 4 got into the back of him. 38 got lucky. He didn't get taken out too, but Garrett, you see him lose his bumper. Then it pops back on there, but yep, Ryland, you did jinx him. You did jinx him. You see the 00 also around.
Yeah, and again, we'll continue to tweak these settings. I'm still watching the stream in my own perspective as well. And I do see that it is having its jitters every now and then, so we do apologize about that. We'll keep wrenching on those settings and we'll keep test streaming through officials during the week to make sure we can get it dialed in.
Yeah, the only thing is though is with officials you don't have that many cars.
Yeah, so it also might be a larger car count. We might need to change some settings, and we also I'll relook at OBS tonight and we'll make sure everything looks correct.
See if
like I said, it has been 2 years, so we do apologize once again for like the 700th time. So You should start playing a game where every time I say that, just put a penny in a jar, and at the end of the stream, you'll have like $700.
As right now, you see Ken Bomb Jr. see if he can fight that way back out. Oh, let's see if Ken Click can win his way. No, he's
He
won't.
got it. It was Bomb. He got it.
Yep, Bomb Jr. made it. Oh, did it?
Oh, he might have got speeding.
He might have got speeding.
No, it wouldn't make him go to the back. It would just make him come down, right? No, he got speeding. Yeah, I think. We'll see. If he comes down pit road again, he did. Or do you just go to the back of the pack for speeding sometimes? It's been so long since I've gotten caught speeding down pit road because I'm a Giga Chad driver and never get caught speeding. But that's because I'm usually going like 7, 8 under and losing positions. But
Yeah, don't know. We'll have to see. We know Nick
yeah,
Cannon's
it looks like he's
nights.
slowing down and letting cars by. He had to get caught speeding, right? That's the one thing that I always disliked about with it, or not disliked about SDK. I just wish they would add. It's where we could see penalties.
Yeah, it would be nice to see penalties accessed and or penalties that have been given out and stuff like that. That would be a really good see.
Sorry, SDK, if you're watching, I love you.
Yeah, it would be nice to see.
As yeah, I would assume he possibly got caught speeding. Because he has let every single car by. I think the only two people that's left is Broderick, Hayes, and Nick Cannon. As we'll hop back up here on the lead at Pack, as you'll see Kyler McCarthy. We've been talking about him all night in that number 24, that Nitro Chevy Camaro. That's a slick-looking race car. As if you're running the 24, you got to run the Jeff Gordon, Willie B color scheme style. So, I mean, I respect it. It's a clean car. But the 27, all those Nitro racing guys, man, they got really nice race cars. I like that logo on the quarter panel, too. It's a really good touch, those cars. That 27 car, also really like that color palette. The black on the top with the white side. It's a good car. I also like that 4 cars. I could sit there and say this about every car, though. I'm like a 7-year-old kid at a candy shop when I see these cars, man. I like that one. I like that one. I want that one. They're all beautiful hot rods, man. But hopefully they're gonna be beautiful hot rods to get back to some beating and banging right here. As we're about to get back to some green flag racing, is pull them belts tight, driver, because we are about to go racing here again. Is the 24 of Kyler McCarthy gonna bring this field back to green? As David Schmill Jr. on the outside, but amazing start there for McCarthy. As he's just going to take off and haul the mill out down into turn 1. As you see the number 4, though, with Carson Pittman. He's going to roll to that inside corner. Him and Schmill are going to make a little bit of contact coming off of turn 2. But it's going to make Schmill go to the outside, and Pittman's going to come back to the inside. We'll see if those guys have a little bit of contact back here. As you know, once you get a little bit touched at Bristol, Chris, you want to go and touch that driver back again. We'll see if there's any rebuttal, but I don't know if there will be.
Yeah, we're going to cycle back here just a little bit. See a big battle going here for that 5th through 10th position.
Well, that big stacked up Fitz is wobbling on the outside lane. He's going to take a shot to the back bumper and recollect it. No, there he's about to go around.
He's going around.
Big contact. He might save it. Caution's out. Matthew Fitz around.
And he saves it.
We might have had a car hit the wall up in front of us. I still hear sheet metal crunching. Well, sheet metal, composite bodies, I should say. I don't know, actually. I'm not a smart man. So they could be whatever they are.
Does sound like you were right.
I hear car crunching. Let's just say that.
Well, it looks like we missed this one. The 5 going around.
I was about to say, I definitely heard another car wrecking. I know. Was this during that same moment as well?
That was during that same moment.
I was going to say, I knew I heard a car crunching.
Yep, that was in front.
Yeah, that was exactly the sound I heard. Man, that's unfortunate.
As you see,
it stinks when a caution happens, but it stinks when the caution happens and you get involved in the caution that was not the original caution, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, man, what do we got to do? That was just one of those situations where 69 and the 81 hit each other. They got unseparated. Hit each other again. Got unseparated. But, man, there's 4 cars in that one pocket of the racetrack right there. That is hard to drive through there.
Yeah, that is
Fitz is in the middle lane, the 81. One of those situations where Fitz probably thought, "Oh, I've got to run him clear," and as you see, it's like he hits him, comes off of him, hits him, comes off him again, and then he goes around. And
And if you're
that's just what
wondering,
happens with
like,
Bristol's.
oh, well, why didn't the 81, why'd the 81 shove him around? That's just what you have to do at a track like Bristol. You
It's one of
can't
those
stop.
things. It's one of those things in a wreck here at Bristol. It's either you or me kind of situation.
Yeah, and you can't stop, so you have to keep going through them.
Well, unless you're racing official. An official, they just move you out of the way just because they want to get past you.
That is true.
Oh, the 12 gave a shot to the, or the 81 gave a shot to the 12, and it kind of stacked that inside lane up for a second too. So that's why the 81 shot up to the outside lane. That inside lane got super stacked up with Kelly Swope and Barr there. And then you see Susie get into Matthew Fitz. It looks like Gurick's going to get by. He's not going to get recollected in another accident. And yeah, Bingaman got by as well. So other than that, I think it was just Matthew Fitz and that 5 car that went around in that little moment there.
Yeah, but everybody else made it through, so that's all that matters. Still have a lot of cars on the lead lap.
You would be correct, Chris. It is nice for cars to make it through the accident. Especially we've got some still good condition race cars out there. We got a lot of beat up race cars, but got a lot of good condition race cars out there, especially up here in this lead pack. And I'm expecting here. We're at 145 out of 175. I'm expecting this to get hot real quick. We're just now starting to get the fire started. Before you know it, the flames are going to be coming, and it's going to be a hot mess here soon. I mean, these drivers are going to be going for every inch of the track they can, and it's going to be a no-holds-barred. It's basically going to be like a prison fight with engines and 4 wheels. I mean, these guys are just going to be going for it at a track like Bristol. Everybody wants to win at Bristol, man. It's pretty much the Daytona of short tracks. I mean, everybody wants to win here.
It is the Daytona of short tracks. I will attest to that. It's one of those tracks that if you don't race on it, it's rough at first. You kind of find yourself going, man, I don't know if I can do this.
I love Bristol. I hate racing Bristol. It's 2 different things. As the pace car is going to pull off here, Chris, Kyler McCarthy, we'll see if he'll get that big inside run here again, or that restart on the inside, as he did get a good restart. But the 27, Upshmill Jr. is going to get just a good restart on the outside. It's going to be a race for the lead here soon if McCarthy doesn't pull away. As you see Pittman and Kip Easley. Oh, Kip Easley. Speaking of Kip Easley and Pittman, they go around. Oh,
big shot there from the 26. Going to be a lot of cars collected in this.
Pittman has absolutely no front alignment anymore. I saw both wheels facing the same way. Inwards.
As I saw it going around as soon as I switched the camera.
Yeah, I see it again, once again, getting choppy. It might be something with the car count, Chris. We might have to adjust some settings a little bit more in iRacing. It's like as soon as you went into the replay and it's not live anymore, it stopped. I don't get it. Oh, there's a wreck back there between the 32 as well. Like Chris Lynn went around. If you wouldn't mind going back there to that, Chris.
All right, give me 1 second. Just trying to...
That snap-on car just can't catch a break.
No, he can't.
With post-caution wrecks, can he? Oh, yeah, 32 went around off of him, off the snap-on car as well.
Oh, I see that. Charles Gurick
going around. Charles Gurick went around, and then 32 got caught. Okay.
So watch this one. Oh, big shot there. Fitz just nowhere to go. Unfortunate there for Matthew Fitz.
Down pit road, a couple, Chris. It looks like Briggs Swope, Jaden Bigaman, and obviously Gurick and Pittman came down pit road with damage, and Lynn as well, but do have Bigaman and Swope down pit lane. Unless they did get caught up in the accident as well and I didn't notice it. But I don't think they did because it looks like they're already out.
No, he's got some massive front end damage, but he was the one that took the he front end shot.
Yeah, that is. I'm a goober. I forgot Bingaman is in the 26.
He hit the 4 car.
Got to get names and cars still matched up when I'm trying to talk without looking sometimes. I started flowing there for a second. I thought, I'm confident I can say names with cars. I got it. There's my first slip up. Apologize about that. Just like I apologize about the 700 other things tonight. But you know what? You're going to accept them. Because I'm not going to give them to you again. As you'll see, that 57, man, Briggs Swope, still a hot looking race car, man. That Lone Star 57 Chevy Camaro, beautiful looking race car. As he is currently sitting in 14 after that pit stop. He just came down pit road, and it looks like everybody else. Some people did pit on 134, as you see. Strickler, Click, Susie, Hales, Byrne Jr. or Baum Jr. Excuse me. Isley and Weldon Sr. No, not Isley, but Weldon Sr. all did pit on lap 134 and 135. But our leaders are still Kyler McCarthy hasn't pitted since 75, David Schmill since 56, DeGroot pitted at 114, easily pitted at 114, and Dylan Hastings pitted at 114. But other than that, it's pretty much 135, 145, and we got two 149s was the last pit laps. But we're at lap 152 at 175, Chris, so we're getting close. This thing
24 laps to
possibly
go.
getting wrapped up. I was about to say possibly getting wrapped up if these guys keep it green here, which you know how it is. Usually you get those last green flag runs towards the end sometimes, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we get it. I wouldn't mind seeing a big race for the lead here. These all these cars up here in the lead, I think, have fast race cars that could possibly lead this thing.
Yeah, we're gonna see if that 24 Kyler McCarthy is gonna be able to hang with that. He's hasn't came down pit lane since lap 75. So as you see, there's only 24 laps to go. So that's almost 100 laps on those tires. So we're gonna see if he has a chance to hang on to this front end, or if David Smith Jr. is going to be able to take it from him. You see there in third place, Kip Easley and Don DeGroot getting a little feisty.
Whoa, they take a little bit of contact.
Yeah, it looks like Kip Easley on that outside lane might have taken a door or a fender to that from that 61, but he's going to get around him. That ain't going to make it around. You see Susie going to be making his way around that 61 as well. Ooh, Don DeGroot trying to hold on to that inside lane. Oh, they are door banging down that straightaway.
Baum Jr. got into the outside wall. Luckily, didn't go down into that one car as he's trying to make his way back around on the outside. He pitted at lap 134. He would like to use these fresher tires to his advantage. He's got a fast Toyota Camry out here tonight, and I'm expecting him to want to go up here, grab this lead quick in case any more cautions come out. He knows he can hold on to this lead on used tires. He's done it once tonight, and he did it for a long time. I think that if Ken Baum Jr. get back up there in the lead, Chris, that number 2 car might be the car to beat tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there, Josh. That number 2 car, once he gets up there in the front, he's looking like he's getting fast. He looks like he's getting faster each and every lap. You see him going around there. Exactly. The 8 of Kip Easley. You see Kevin Click also working his way around.
That last time though was Brett Strickler up there in third place, up 23 positions, at 14-14 in race pace. That's pretty quick.
That is pretty quick. But, Josh, like we were saying, Kyler McCarthy, he's now on over 100 lap tires. Got 17 laps to go. If we go green the rest of the way, he's going to have it. But I don't think we're going to go green the rest of the way. There's only like 15 seconds.
McCarthy has it if we go green the rest of the way. Look who's right there in the back.
Yeah, I will say that.
Because here comes Ken Baum Jr.
Yeah, he is starting to move his way up. Starting to slowly work his way up to the back bumper of that 81. Oh, and it looks like maybe Brett Strickler getting a little stacked up there behind that 27. He's going to try to work that inside lane. Ooh, he's getting loose, though. Whoa, shutting that door.
Big moment here. Oh, my goodness. That could have been bad.
That could have been.
This could also still be bad.
Oh, get off of him. There you go. Good save. Good save from that 36. That could have been really bad. But Josh,
he just took a shot from the 30 or from the 81.
Like you said,
rattled it back up.
Ken Baum Jr. working his way up through here. We'll see if it looks like I see Jason Hand did jump to the pits. It's unfortunate for Jason Hand in that 00 machine. He did lead a couple of laps this race, so unfortunate to see him work his way out of the race. Unfortunate, though.
I just heard maybe some wall contact. That might have been a lapped car or something. I don't know. It looks like we're still going here. As you see from our tower camera here is coming around onto the front straightaway. That number 24 car is going to go out there and be in the lead still. But Chris, look at all those fast hot rods coming up behind him. And Ken Baum Jr., he's thinking, this is like 5 o'clock rush hour traffic. He is ready to get home. Oh, is the caution out?
Jimmy Barr.
This is just exactly what the doctor ordered if you're Kyler McCarthy. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, the 57 just got into that back corner. Looks like he got a little loose on corner exit. He got into the back bumper of that 12 machine. Yeah, you can see it right
Yeah.
there. He starts going up towards that wall, and it's either hit the wall or
It was one of those like jerk reactions on the wheel, and when you jerk these cars coming off the corner like that, especially you see he's getting in that loose feeling, and you try to turn it down, the car is almost, what's the word I'm looking for? It almost grips up. I mean, it's not, it almost grips up. It does grip up completely to the left sometimes, and you shoot over like a missile. You turn so fast. I mean, and these cars are what, Chris? Tuned to go left, obviously, so they're going to turn left really fast. And when it grips up while you're turning and does that snap steer almost, you are going for a ride, my friend, and there's nothing you can do about it. Pretty much nothing he could have done.
especially in these. I guess you can't really call them the next gen
Next
anymore.
gen. I mean, they are still the next gen. I guess not. No. I mean, I don't call them the next gen. I just call them cup cars now.
As we see Ryan Broderick, Jaden Bingaman, Shane Weldon all coming down pit lane. So a couple of the guys in 20th place trying to hopefully set themselves up for something
Well,
here.
I said this is what Kyler McCarthy ordered though, Chris. I really think that if we do go, I mean, we should go green for the rest of this race. I would assume. It is about to be mayhem right now. Everybody is wanting to get this race win, especially if you're the 27, if you're the 81. I mean, these guys have had adversity tonight. And the only guy that really has just been up there in this pack that hasn't had any type of contacts are those three cars you're looking at right there on your screen. I mean, the one had a little bit of a wall hit earlier, but other than that, the two scraping the wall, the 25 getting past some accidents. I think he has a little bit of, no, it's not rear bumper damage. It's just the way that the car looked. But other than that, I mean, a lot of these guys, I mean, you can see right there that 38's got some damage. The 27, his front right's all beat up, right side all scraped up. Kyler McCarthy did get into Matthew Fitz earlier when they made contact right through the corner right here. But I don't think it really did much to the front bumper of that car, and the aerodynamics have seemed very fine. I mean, lap 75 tires, Chris, and he's still digging here with 7 to go. Like I said, this is exactly what you wanted if you're Kyler McCarthy. A caution here to go with 5 laps to go, and just hope to goodness everybody behind you wrecks when you go into this corner.
It's honestly the truth.
You don't want to, as a driver, you don't want to win those what feel like cheap races wins, but hey, as a driver as well, when you're racing in a league, you want to take them where you can get them. You want to get as many as you can. You want to win this championship. You don't care if lightning strikes the 81 car behind you and takes out half the field. As long as you can secure more points in the playoffs, hey, we're in good position for tonight. So like I said, Kyler McCarthy is in a really good position, but do not count David Schmill Jr., do not count Joshua Susi. Do not count Brett Strickler. Definitely do not count that number 2 car, of Ken Baum Jr. And then you got Dylan Hastings, all these guys, Bill Hells, DeGroot. I mean, anybody can win this race, Chris. It's a toss-up. And speaking of toss-up, we're about to toss that green flag up because the iRacing pace car is going to come down pit road. 5 laps to go when they take the green. We are racing at Bristol, the last Coliseum. 175, is green again as we are going. And here comes that 27 car. Big run on the outside lane as he is going to go on 50 lap. 56 is when he pitted. David Smill Jr. going to take the lead here at Bristol.
Yeah, see Kyler McCarthy starting to fall off. The 81 of Joshua Susi having to check up there. Oh, and Brett Strickler, let's see if he can get by him as well. Yeah, you see the 24 there just starting to really fall off. That's going to help that 27. Oh, you see the 81 getting into the wall there a little bit, but that's going to help him stack everybody up. That's what that 27 wants to see, is those cars getting a little smaller in his mirror. But as I say that, whoa, the 38 starting to run up behind the 81. Oh, caution's out.
We're going to go to overtime.
Yep, looks like that 12 of Jimmy Barr again. Whoa, big wreck up in front of him. Looks like Tyler Isley. Oh, and then you see that's what got him involved in it.
I didn't even, they both net coded for me. Did you see them?
I see the 17.
For me, I didn't see any of that. That's crazy. They were all net coded to that.
Did you see, the 22 sends the 17 around. He gets loose going up through the corner. Up. Yeah, that big stack up. You're going to see here the 12 coming down. It looks like you see the 3 almost getting into the, well, you see the 3 getting into the 12 actually. You see that's what's sending him around. I would say that's just net code. I mean, you're having to stack up from the 17 getting around. There's really nothing you can do in that situation.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do, Chris. Especially, like we said, we knew it was going to be pretty much no holds barred here. It's like a tables, ladders, or chairs match right here at the end of Bristol. You get one, you get one, you get one, and everybody's going to get hurt at the end. So either strap in for the ride or, heck, just go down pit road if you're at Bristol and don't want to wreck.
Yeah, say this is going to be interesting here. We're going to see a lot of drivers try to push the limits of their car. I mean, the last time we came down pit lane for David Smill was 114. Joshua Susi came down 134. Brett Strickler 134. Kyler McCarthy still out on those old tires, 75 lap old tires.
David Snow Jr. pitted on 114 for you?
It does.
It says he pitted on lap 56 for me.
Oh, well, it says 114 for me.
Well, that's why, heck, I thought he was on 120 lap old tires running this hot. I was about to say, somebody checked his PC, man. This guy's fast. So, okay, I do apologize about that. I didn't know. I thought he was on dang 120 lap old tires. Dude, I need to go to this guy. I need his wheel settings, his monitor, his carpet, whatever's in your room. Put it in my room. I need your setup. As we will get back to racing here, and I don't think we had no takers on pit road, correct? No takers.
I don't. I want to say your lap traffic did come down. Nick Cannon,
yeah, Nick Cannon, and
Tyler
Jaden
Isley.
Other than that, I don't. Yeah.
Drivers like that did come down.
Oh man, my stomach just dropped, and I'm not even the one racing. These overtime finishes are stressful, man. As a driver, you're sitting there thinking, man, especially if you're the 27, he probably knew to himself that he had it in the bag. This race is over. I've won it. He's clocked out mentally. He ain't even stressing it. The next thing you know, the caution hits, and it's just like it's almost like somebody puts a finger in your ear and resets your brain with a little reset button. And you just completely get this flood of emotions, a flood of adrenaline, whatever it may be, and you're just like, oh goodness, I got to restart again on these old tires. Am I going to be able to redo it? Am I going to be able to get a good start? Am I going to spin? Am I going to get loose? When I drive it off into the corner on this first time on these colder tires, is it going to stick? I mean, it all comes down to this restart right here. It all comes down to if we even make it into the first corner. I mean, it could get crazy right here. So, I mean, who knows, Chris? David Smith Jr., though, he's hoping and praying that it's going to be that 27 taking it to victory lane. That's green, inside stacking up. That's going to be a big, big ordeal there. As he's going to take to the outside lane, block the momentum there of that 81, and the 27 is going to roll it on the outside. But the 81,
getting loose.
We got a 53 car into the wall. Is the caution going to come out? Caution's out.
It's like Bill Hayes. Yeah, the 53 car. You were correct, Josh. We're just going to back it up from here. It looks like going into the corner. The 22 gets into the back bumper just a little bit. Yeah, you see there, it gives him a little bit of a love tap.
Yeah, for the 22, he was driving a little bit lower, so he was able to gas it up on the corner exit, really throw it to the outside wall. The 53 is kind of, I would say, about 75, 80% throttle there, really about to step on the gas right on corner exit. So just a misunderstanding of the momentum. Just got into the back bumper of him and sent the 53 around. Unfortunate for him. Now he has no front bumper, and man, that stinks, man. You hate to see it when the nose of the car gets ripped off or the back bumper, because then you just know, well, this ain't no fun.
I will say this, though. Charles Gurick's seen enough stuff go on in front of him tonight.
Man, when you're driving a DayZ and a Fallout car, 2 apocalyptic games, you've got to expect the apocalypse to happen on the racetrack, man. I mean, everything's going to come your way.
So we've still got 19 cars on the lead lap. Right now, David Smill Jr. in that first position. See everybody up here just trying to get...
You think Gurick bumped Matthew Fitz right there before you switched off?
No, I didn't.
He just gave him a nice little kiss on the bumper.
See that 17 getting that lucky dog going around, so we should be going 1 to green this next time around. See if we can get this thing finished off. The lights...
We'll be 2 to green.
Be 2 to green, all right.
Man, you just got to feel for these drivers, though. You know, the 81, he can taste it, man. It's right there. But if the 27 gets a good restart here and we do stay green, I seriously think, Chris, now that the 27's got it. I mean, we saw Ken Baum coming through. I mean, I'm not saying he's got it like that. I'm saying if he stays good, we get a good restart, it stays green. The 27 car is the car right now that's showing he is, hey, if you want this win, you're going to have to come take it from me. I mean, McCarthy's falling off with a little bit of those older tires that he's got. We saw Ken Baum Jr. with newer tires, starting to make a run there early, but it seems like ever since he got up into 5th position, he's just stagnated. Hasn't been able to run since then. I mean, he started 3rd. He led a couple laps of this, down here at this joint, and ever since then, it's really just been a stagnant race for him. And I wouldn't mind seeing him get up here and hopefully, mix things up. I wouldn't mind any of these drivers to get up here and mix it up. Love seeing a race for the win. I know David Schmill Jr. or his fans are probably thinking, no, we don't want nobody to mix it up right now. Hush your mouth. But everybody else behind him is probably thinking, yes, let's get a race going. So, hey, this is when the best racing comes out right here in these green-white checkers. You always get a really exciting finish. Me and Chris have seen 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide before here with these Full Throttle boys when we were back with them in the past. And, man, these drivers we got here tonight showing some good speed. But if you're seeing 15 cautions up there, just know it's Bristol. It's sim racing. You got single monitors, triple monitors, some guys sitting in motion rigs, some guys sitting on $300 setups. I mean, everything is different for everybody. Everybody sees the racetrack differently. Things can happen, especially at a short track like Bristol, that just, oh my goodness, when one thing goes wrong, it seems like everything can go wrong. But hey, that's just short track racing. But do we do unlimited overtimes?
Not 100% sure.
I'm not sure. Let me see if I can see it. Usually it would tell you an info. But I don't think it does. It doesn't. So, no, we do 3. I just noticed up in the top left. 2 out of 3. So, if they don't get it right after these next 2, whoever's in the lead at the end of the next, or these next 2 cautions, we do have those, we'll win the race. But green flag is out. And woohoo, McCarthy, you saw him, Chris? He's like a little chihuahua. He's trying to bite them ankles off. He's ready to go up here and try to win this race. We might see some bumper-to-bumper action here. Ooh. Oh, the 81, he's coming for a big move.
Whoa, he backed off, though. That could have been really nasty.
White flag, if they take it, the race official. David Smith in the wall. This is going to really open the door up for the 81 at the 38.
38 squashing a block.
Behind him.
Oh.
81's wide. He's still got it, though. Coming down the back straightaway, Chris. Will it be Susie? Will it be Smill? This is going to make the race. 27 and David Smill out of the corner. Checkered flag. It's going to be David Smill Jr. taking the race win.
Yes, I see a lot of people wrecking right now. Andrew May, Don DeGroot, Charles Gurick, y'all getting into that accident. We'll go back there and look at that just a second. But, you see a bump there from that 81, giving that congratulatory bump.
Yeah, I was going to say, a little bit of a victory bump right there. He's going to hit his Nitro teammate. Absolutely beautiful race there from David Schmill Jr. Way to close it out, buddy.
Hey, if I was in that 27, I'd be bumping him too, saying, hey, man, I'm glad you hung with me. You had
I was about to say, man, they had a good finish
tires
there for them Nitro cars, didn't they? Donk. I love the the post race wrecking, dude. It's so fun. All right, we'll let you drivers here do a little burnout while we go through your post race results here. As you see everybody getting down and having a little bit of fun, as David Smill Jr. He is going to come home with the race victory tonight and started in 14th, finished this race in 1st. Finished this race in first, up 13th positions. A beautiful race there from him tonight. As Josh Susie, his teammate, going to finish behind him in 2nd place. Brett Strickler is going to finish 3rd. He was up 23 positions, Chris. A great race from Strickler. Started in 26 all the way up to 3rd, so really nice race from him. Ken Baum Jr., who led a good bit of this race, Chris. And, I said at one point was the car to beat. Obviously, I have Clint Boyer instincts on the car to beat because I completely picked the wrong car. He definitely did have the car to beat at one point, but it seemed like once he got up there in that little bit of run, it just stagnated out for him. It was hard to get past those cars that were racing hard. Unfortunate night for Ken as he had a very good, fast hot rod, but still a great finish in 4th. Then you're going to have Kevin Click, that number 25 Ford. He finished 5th. Kyle McCarthy, who led a good bit of this joint too, he's going to finish in 6th. A good race for McCarthy. Kip Easley, he's going to finish in 7th. Dylan Hastings in 8th. Matthew Fitz, after a good bit of controversy tonight, still going to get a top 10 finish out of that at 9th place. You're going to see Briggs Swope in 10th with Ryan Broderick in 11th. Brian Pressler in 12th with Nick Cannon in 13th. Jimmy Barr in 14th with Shane Weldon Sr. in 15th. Bill Hayes 16th with Charles Gurick in 17th. Don DeGroot in 18th with Andrew May in 19th. Jaden Bingaman in 20th with Stan Mayberry in 21st. Tyler Isley in 22nd with William Hobbert in 23rd. Chris Lynn in 24th with Jason Hand in 25th. 26th going to go to Michael Self. 27th to Lucas Nilges. I think I said it right. Carson Pittman going to be in 28th with Robbie Bice in 29th. 30th to Daniel Menzies. We'll get that one pronunciated correctly next week. I do apologize if we said that one wrong. He's going to finish 30th. George Wood in 31st. Adam Taylor in 32nd. Michael Zuver in 33rd. And man, unfortunate night for Jacob Kaplan is he sat outside pole on this race and was running a beautiful race to start. Just unfortunate contact between him and Nick Cannon ended his night very, very early. But he is going to round out your field in 34th. But we should be getting some post-race interviews here as we do got them queued up. We'll get them here in just 1 second, and we'll have our post-race interviews going. All right, and we're going to get here to our post-race interviews. We're going to bring in third place first, that number 38 Chevy of Brett Strickler. Brett Strickler, Chris, and Josh up here in the Full Throttle booth. You got us, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, excellent racer tonight, buddy. You came up from that 26th position all the way down here in the third, and I got to say it was just an awesome job from you. And I saw there at the end, you had a moment where I thought, hey, he might make a run there during that last green-white checkered, that you had a good jump. Tell us how the race car felt, man, and overall, how was it? How are you feeling after tonight's run? Excuse me.
Doing all right. A little disappointed because I think we actually hit the strategy on the nail on the head tonight, and I think we were better than Suchi and Smeel there in the last 10, 15, 20 laps, whatever it was. It's just we kept getting yellow after yellow, never got a chance to actually get racing. So, um, just couldn't find the right spot on that restart. I think we had a chance there coming to the white flag. Smeel got into the wall there off of 4 and kind of stacked up Suchi, and I tried to just dive bomb to the bottom, but what's his name? The 24 car was there, so just wasn't meant to be tonight. We held on for a podium, so I can't really be upset. It's my third race in this series, and we're on the podiums. High
Heck
point
yeah.
score for the team tonight, so we're getting some team points as well.
Oh heck yeah, man! It's always good to see a podium, and especially on your third race. That's a hell of a run from you tonight. And you know, it's our first time getting to watch your race tonight. It was an awesome race from you, dude. And hey, third place, like you said, up from 26. It's one of those things that we just gotta kind of pat yourself on the back and be like, hey, at least I hung in there. You almost had it, but hey, Brett, if you got any shout outs, anybody you want to say your thank you to or anything, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, buddy. And we'll let you get out there and celebrate this third place.
I appreciate it. Just shout out to the Turn 2 Terribles, Jimmy, Chris, Jared Zarfos, and Jeremy Zarfos Photography. Shout out to them guys. And shout out to Click and Jimmy and them guys getting our cars set up for race night. So we've been pretty competitive since. Just need a little bit more luck to go our way. Like I said, we had the I think the strategy in line tonight. Just a little luck didn't fall our way. So we'll be back next week.
Heck yeah, man! It sounds good. I mean, yeah, like you said, good strategy, good race car, and hey, a good finish here tonight, buddy. But hey, thank you for taking your time to have a little bit of interview with us. We hope you have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week, buddy.
Yep. Yeah, we're going real racing this weekend, baby.
Heck yeah, man.
All right,
Well, hey, good luck in that.
See you guys.
See you, man. All right, that was Brett Strickler, third place. We're gonna bring in Joshua Susi, our second place driver. Joshua Susi, Chris and Josh up here in the booth. You got us, buddy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, man, well, we saw that Hello Kitty 81 have a little bit of controversy there at the start of the race. You got into a little bit of adversity, but you were able to bounce back and really bring out a really good race there at the end. I thought you were going to, possibly go for that the run for the win when Smil got up into the wall. But just take us through that last little caution period and how it played out for you. And did you think you could have got up there and taken that race win?
I think I could have got the win, but I would have had to use them up. And I'm not going to do that to a teammate, especially where I already got the win in Atlanta, so locked into the playoffs. It's not as vital for me. I told him after the race, I was like, that's your one and done that I'm gonna, not run you as hard as I could. And yeah, like you said, controversy real early in the race. Got caught up in whatever happened to my outside. Damage to the right rear, kind of knocked my toe out a little bit. I think I pitted like 40 times during the course of the race, just fixing and fixing and fixing. Finally got it done, and took some tires for the first time on like lap 90, and then just tried to get to the front.
Hey, well, you definitely got to the front, man. You were, like you said, if it wasn't have been for that, hey, this is a freebie, we might have been talking to a different first place driver tonight. But Man, like you said, the right rear damage in the toe, didn't even notice. I mean, I wouldn't have noticed that you had that much damage with as fast as the hot rod was running tonight. But man, like you said, just a great race. I mean, not using your teammate up. I mean, got to respect it. But man, all in all, just a great race from all you guys. I mean, y'all finished really good up in the standings tonight, and gotta say for a good for my first time watching you guys race as a team, it was a very good viewing experience, I should say.
But yeah, definitely appreciate that, man. We try to pride ourselves on team first. You know, and obviously near the end of the races, it's usually every driver for themselves, but you know, we're not adverse to helping each other out if it calls for it. You know, if neither one of us had a win, I would have approached it differently, but I wouldn't have used him up either. So he probably still would have got the win. It's hard telling.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, it is what it is. I'm just happy to recover, mess up a pole run in qualifying, spinning out of four. Then you start 18th and you're in that mess and get caught up in stuff at the beginning of the
Oh yeah.
race. And like I said, pit about 40 times and still able to get back up to second. You can't really ask for much more than that at Bristol.
Hey man, I don't even think I'd have made it past the second pitting in before I would have just all F4'd the game at that point. So, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, you showed that you had the will and determination tonight, man. Like you said, spinning out in the qualifying, coming back from the adversity and coming up from 18th all the way to second. It was a hell of a race from you, man. If you got any shout outs, anybody you want to, you know, shout out, any sponsors or anything, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, buddy, and we'll let you get on your way tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, obviously Nitro Setups and our team here, Nitro Racing. You know, get your all your Cup, Xfinity, and truck needs on the open side of things on the iRacing service. I think we showed tonight the strength of the setup, and all the guys on the team. They did a great job as usual. Good communication. Um, you know, everyone trying to stick with it. I think Menzies had the real short straw tonight, but everyone else keep trying to bounce back from adversity. And you know, all the admins in this league putting up with all the stuff that's I'm sure is going on in Discord right now, some hurt feelings and everything. But Bristol will do that, and I want to thank you guys for coming on board to broadcast for the league. Um, I haven't seen anything of yours before, but I've been hearing good things, so I'm super pumped to go back and watch this. And you know, I've browsed a couple comments in Discord already saying you guys do a great job, so I'm super pumped for that, and I can't wait to go back and watch this, and hopefully talk to you again next week.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll definitely be looking forward to hopefully talking to you in the future. This one might be a little choppy. I think Chris had the wrong freaking graphic setting loaded because he has eye and eyes for all the things. So it might have been a little choppy at first. So don't hold us accountable, or not hold us accountable. What I mean, don't hold us to that standard. I should say is what you know. So hopefully next week it'll be a lot better. Yeah. But
Yeah,
hey,
you gotta get
Sissy,
them
again,
bugs ironed out.
for sure, man. Thank you for your time, buddy, here tonight. We're hopefully be looking forward to talking to you here soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bring in our winner, David Schmill Jr. David Schmill Jr., Chris and Josh up here in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Gotcha, Bob.
Hey, buddy. Hey, man, I got to say, what a hell of a race from that 27 machine tonight. Just like your teammate back there, got caught up in a little bit of adversity, had that right side of that race car really beat up. But, man, you really did a good job stretching the tires out, doing a good, great pit strategy with the team. And, hell, coming up from 14th, you took the win here tonight. And I was going to say, I had a lot of cars behind you that I thought were coming for you with some newer tires, but you held on and good race, man.
Yeah, it was one of those nights where got to have a lot of patience, got to deal with a little bit of adversity. I mean, got into something I think in the first 50, set me to the back, and I had to get my head straight for a little bit, rode around, and got up there and got to third or fourth, I think, at one point, and was trying to get around Hobart, and unfortunately, we got caught through wide. Me and him got together, and I do feel bad about that, so I do want to apologize to him. And after that yellow, I kind of put my game face back on. I think I restarted like 20th, and then drove my way up to like 6th or 7th on that first run, just burning up for some track position just to keep my car up there. And it worked out at the end. I mean, I have amazing teammates. They helped me out. They set me up on that last restart for success. And I mean, that's what this is all about. It's a team game at some point, and it's good to have friends where you have them. So I owe a lot of tonight to Josh and Kyler.
Hey man, I mean, you definitely got some good teammates out there. You guys look really, really, really strong tonight. Excited to see, especially with you, David, what you got going forward, man. We're really excited to see how that 27 machine's going to come rolling in next week. But man, if you've got any final thoughts or final words, final shout outs, anything before you get out of here, you're more than welcome to let them out, and we'll let you get on your way, celebrate this victory, and get on your way.
Absolutely, thank you. Number one, thank you guys for coming in tonight for the broadcast. It's actually really awesome to win your first race in. Feels like a little bit of retribution. I threw one away at Vegas a couple weeks ago, so put this 27 on victory lane, first time in like a year and a half, feels really good. Third win for this Nitro team in the first 6 or 7 races feels great. We've got half our cars locked into the playoffs already, so now we can kind of sit back, kick our feet up a little bit. Next week at Coda, I'm just gonna be riding around so I don't get fined and just collect my points for the night. So it feels good to just get a good performance. I've had some bad breaks the first couple weeks, so get a little bit of luck, get a little bit of help, put this 27 back where it belongs in victory lane and for Team Nitro. So long way to go, long season ahead, but it's nice to have that feather in my cap. I can breathe a little bit easier the rest of the season.
Oh, I know you. Oh, sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
good. My bad. I just gotta thank everybody at Nitro: Kyler, Josh, Menzies, Isley, Brody, all of our guys. We bust our ass every week getting these cars ready to go and putting in the work to get our setups dialed in. So just shout out to them. They've made me better every week since they picked me up. So I owe so much of that to them.
Heck yeah, man. When you got a good environment, man, it brings out the best in your driver. It really makes you be competitive towards your own teammates, and you don't even realize how much better it makes you in the long run. But it definitely showed tonight the hard work, and we're very excited to see not only yourself but the Nitro team has to go. Looking forward to the next week. But David, again, thank you for your time, buddy. Congratulations on the race win here tonight, and we're so excited to see you going into next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, and that was David Smill Jr., your race winner here tonight. And you heard him, Chris. He bust his butt to make these setups go, and you can tell those cars were bad fast tonight. I think he could have put, an eye patch on one eye, still wheeled that thing with one hand, and it might have been a really successful race for him. That was just a wicked fast race car. But Chris, do you have any final thoughts on the race before we get out of here and let these Full Throttle fans finally get some rest here tonight?
Yeah, it's been a good solid race. What we come to expect from the Full Throttle series. They're always on top of their game as it usually is. We had a lot of wrecks. I think there was 16, 17 cautions this race, but hey, that's what happens at Bristol. I mean, if anybody's ever done a official race here, if you don't walk away with at least 30 cautions, something's wrong. You're racing with people that are cheating at that point. So it becomes the point where the cautions are that's just something that happens. So hey, I'm happy to see that road course next week though. I've been eyeballing Coda trying to get ready to race it, but I don't know. I can't do the road course. That's not my thing. I'm just not a road course racer. But again, I want to thank everybody that's been out here on the Facebook. Excuse me, not the Facebook, the YouTube. So used to that from the past. I want to thank everybody that's out on the YouTube page, for sticking out, even though we had a couple of issues in the beginning. I got, like I said, I had a wrong INI file loaded, got it figured out. Turn some of the graphics down. Next week, it won't be an issue. I promise. It's going to be a completely different. I'm gonna have everything up to speed next week. But other than that, I just want to say, hey, it was an awesome race. It's sad that we're not at Bristol anymore, but can't wait for Coda next week.
I can't wait for Coda at all. I'm really excited to see not only the lefts, but I'm excited to see the rights. And when you're going left and right, backwards, around, and upside down because you missed the chicanes. But other than that, very excited for some road course in the race next week. Very excited to be back in the booth with Chris. And hey, again, like Chris said, thank you for sticking out with us. We'll iron everything out and try our best to get as many last names as we can ironed out too. Because not only do we not know how to pronounce last names, we're also from Alabama, so our accents don't make it much easier for us. So again, we do apologize for the that's like 800th time now, I think. So we'll leave you with that one. We'll say good night, and we hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And this has been Chris and Josh from the Full Throttle Cup Series booth, signing out.